Hi, I'm Rachael Leigh Cook, and you're in Launch. I only went to high school for about 6 months before I started leaving to try acting, and so it was really hard to sort of find my niche and do my thing. By the time I got back, and it seemed like, I really need to focus because my teachers were giving me a hard time, it was like, I realized it wasn't going to work. It just got harder and harder, and then the kids I met, it was kind of like, I became like, oh, that girl who's in a movie, and it's like, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not who I wanted to be. So it just became a whole nother thing. It wouldn't have been a real high school experience. It would have kind of felt false to me. Yeah, well, she doesn't want to be popular. She's like militantly antisocial. Like, don't mess with her. She's like scary. So she wants nothing to do with them, but they sort of adopt her. I mean, my school online, it was so weird. I took some classes through a course, and it was so bizarre going to the graduation because none of us had ever met each other before. It was like, oh, you're Ski Weasel at 36.5. Oh, okay. It was like weird. I mean, that's not my address. That was one of the other kids, but it was weird. I mean, it's literally the Hollywood version of, high school. You don't even have to do the work. It's amazing. Like, we got to go to soccer games, a prom, like a real graduation with, without like Ski Weasel, and it was a lot of fun. I've done about 6 independent films now. It's really hard. I mean, most of them you never see again, so it's kind of tough to keep doing it sometimes, but then one will pay off and you go, yeah, yeah, I'm glad I did that. I've seen them around. I don't know. The worst, I think a good example is like when my parents got one and I thought I was going to go on and log on and send some of my homework. I did some school through online, and I realized that I forgot everything that my mom told me about not only the computer but even how to turn it on. And I couldn't find the darn on switch for my life. I turned the thing upside down. I was like, it's not here. I was like, it must have broken off. I convinced myself that there was no on switch, that there was in fact like a power failure. It's terrible. I tried to go on one of those chat things. It was impossible. By the time I like got in, by the time I typed out the thing I wanted to say, it was like 3 screens ago, completely gone. I think someone actually put in like, "What is she talking about?" or something like that. I was like, don't need this. I can't say I ever had a crush on a rock star, but I remember the first tape I ever bought was Bobby Brown. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe the first tape I ever bought had like a parental warning sticker on it, but it did. Remember once we called up this lady. Oh, we're so mean. She was selling like this like diamond cross necklace thing, and we called up, and one of us assumed like a southern accent and went on this long spiel about was it appropriate to give our daughter-in-law one even though she was Jewish. And we had this whole long discussion, drawn out thing with the woman who was very Christian and said that she would probably appreciate it. And it just went on and on.